I want to talk about being lazy and your walk with God. And we've all been guilty of it. It's something we all do. I was just cleaning the house and I got really, really tired. And I just started thinking, and a sermon I had heard from a pastor started playing in my head about how this woman came up to him and asked him, "Would you fast for my son while he's in prison until the day he gets out?" And he asked the lady, "Well, how long is he in prison?" The lady said, "A year." So this pastor was getting pretty unrealistic expectations laid on him by his congregation. And so I was just sitting there thinking about, like, man, what if we were doing that? What if we were pastoring a church and I'm sitting here like, man, it took me like 5 hours to clean this house. And then people have kids. And I was just thinking, like, I feel so bad um, for today's church where all the responsibility is kind of put on the pastor. It's kind of like how the Israelites treated Moses. Like, you go talk to God on the mountain, you go do the hard stuff, and you come back down and just tell us what he says. And we have the Holy Spirit, so we're not supposed to have that attitude. I've done it in my walk where you don't want to show up to the prayer meeting, but you have a list of prayer requests. But have we fasted for the ones we love? Have we prayed for the ones we love? Or do we kind of look around for somebody who we think is on fire or in leadership or whose walk with God is legit, and we're kind of like, here, you take this burden and you go talk to God for me, because honestly, I really don't want to do all that. Or maybe it's doubt and unbelief. We don't think God will answer us, so we have to go to someone who's prophetic or somebody who is more godly than us. And really, we've all been given a measure of faith, and we all have the ability to go to God, and we also all have the ability to press in, to pray and fast and get the breakthrough. There's spiritual disciplines that God is taking me and my husband through right now. You know, we've wanted breakthrough. We've been going through kind of this similar things for, like, it seems like cycles that are just repeating, and we want those broken. But I found that we were grumbling and complaining more than we were praying. As a matter of fact, we weren't praying very much at all about these things. We were just kind of like sitting back with the expectation, like, when are you going to fix this, God? And, you know, sometimes there's just spiritual assignments of wickedness that come against our life. It could be a cycle of addiction, cycles where we have toxic relationships. And in order to break those things, in order to get clarity, we have to go to God ourselves. We can't expect someone else to carry the burden that we have. Now, do we link up with like-minded people and come in agreement in prayer and have corporate prayer and pray together and carry each other's burdens to the cross? Of course, that's scriptural, but we cannot get lazy, especially if it's a time of war. If you're going through war in your life, emotionally, spiritually, the things around you, the people around you, if you feel like there's just a war going on, that's not a time to relax. That's a time to press in, to dig deep. When you're weariest, when you feel like everything is just the worst it could get, that's the time to press in, and God will give you the grace to do it. And I just wanted to share that today because, you know, I've been really guilty of being lazy in my walk. It's kind of like you serve God for a while. I've been serving him for 15 years. And it's almost like you get an attitude like, well, I've done the fasting, I've done this and I've done that. And it's almost like an entitled mentality you get, like God owes you. And that's not how to be. Because you know what? The enemy can catch us slipping if we are slipping in our walk. And he waits patiently. And I'm not one of those people that, like, oh, the devil's around every corner. But you know what? We're living in some dark days. We're living in some crazy times. And we need to be spiritually matching the opposition. So if it's great darkness that's coming upon this land, we need to go to the great light, to the truth, the way, and the life. And we need to press in as hard as the enemy's trying to press in to the ones around us, our loved ones, and even our own self. Some of us feel like we're going crazy. And I've been there. Some of us are going through relational issues that we just don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. Some of us have children that we think we're going to get a call that they're dead. Don't just send your prayer request. Get in there. Go into a room and begin to pray. And at first, you know, you might not feel anything. Press in, because there is a place in God and a place in prayer where intercession just happens. And before you know it, you're praying by the Spirit, and you'll just know it when it happens. But press in, because it's not always right away. To get that breakthrough, sometimes we got to fight. We got to fight spiritually. So that's all I wanted to say. God bless you.